All right, top of the morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday. We're gonna start rocking today. See what we got going on for our NQ. First off, let's check news. No news, so nothing to really worry about. First news is Thursday retail sales versus sales and unemployment. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much first day. So let's see what we got rocking. Uh, we're bullish, very clearly bullish. I think we're coming to take this out. That's probably our next target. So yeah, I think this is going to be our next target up here. From a weekly perspective, I just think we just keep pushing on up. Now, from a daily, what do I see us doing from a daily perspective? We're clearly very bullish on the daily, so I expect us to probably keep pushing up higher. 1 hour. 1 hour is a bit interesting. For today, as of right now, I think we are bullish. But I'm also looking at it slightly differently. So I'm looking at it in terms of order flow. So yeah, this is our low, pushes higher. This is our 1 hour ISP. And I should have pushed this higher to take this out. We failed to do so. We gave a little bit of a retrace. And now we're only now coming into the midnight open, which hasn't been tapped yet. We have equal highs, relative equals in here. This looks to be some form of a rejection. And if I'm looking at it from this perspective, where this is the point I should have put in the high, failed to do so, this low, this ISP low here, should be weak. That's how I'm looking at it. So we may come lower, take this out, and then proceed to go higher. That's kind of how I'm looking at it and thinking about it right now. And it looks as though we did sweep in here. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on what the lower time frame is telling me. I do think we're still bullish overall. I just, on the 1 hour, I'm not sure that we are indeed bullish. Check the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, and right below this point is still an FVG that we may want to come into before we go higher. But if I'm reading what my eyes are telling me right now, we're bullish. I'm just a little concerned about the midnight open in terms of that not being taken earlier today. So let's cut on to a 15. What's the 15 telling me, right? 15 is clearly extremely bullish. Chain state delivery or bullish, right? Tapping into the midnight open. Right here, this looks like some form of a push lower. Just go to 5. Push lower to push higher. That's what it's looking like. Order flow is clearly very bullish from 4:30 this morning. All right. Start trucking. This looks as though this is the manipulation here on the 5 minute and probably on the 15 also. Yeah. Where we have all these equal lows in here. Aggressive push down, and then we start trucking up. So if I'm looking at that, that's my target is up here, which is essentially these highs. Okay. Well, let's see how it develops 9:30, right? So as of right now, it's not looking good, bro, if I'm being honest. Let me erase these lines since I know what we're looking at. As of right now, that bullish narrative is not looking too hot. Or let me change that. That continued bullish narrative right this second is not looking too hot. Mainly because of how this is reacting and how it's probably going to close. Oh no, it only just opened, but still how it's probably going to close. It's not looking the best. But we'll have to wait until that closes. Again, no trading until 9:45. One of my rules. And this is the liquidity that I was talking about that was sweeping these equal highs in here. That being a sweep of liquidity. I was saying that on the 15, I think. No, I was saying that on the hour. Yeah, how these are the equal highs in here. We've just kind of swept it. But I need to see how price develops. Oh yeah, I'm signing. Before taking anything, and also before kind of marrying a bias for what this New York Open session is going to do. Let's just cut down to a 2-minute and see real quick. To me, this seems as though 3-minute. This was a push down to snap up, take all the liquidity, and then push through. It's on a 1, not quite like that, but you can clearly see this is the last push up, sweep the highs, and ultimately go lower. But yeah, just wait it out till 9:45, then I can figure out which direction I'm going with more certainty. And only 2 ways price can go, either up or down. It's my choice in my decision for my analysis that determines where price is most likely to go for the session that I'm trading. This might even I think this is going back to what I was kind of saying in terms of, not kind of saying, what I was saying. In terms of our midnight open wasn't tapped yet. So now we've tapped midnight open. We may want to, come a little bit lower and ultimately target, is it these lows? I don't remember. Yeah, here it is. So this low here before ultimately going higher. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. What I will say also is that if you look at this as a manipulation range, we should, we're past it. We should be coming into here. I think the 1-minute range is probably the one I would use in this particular case. So like that. Yeah, and that's probably how I would look at it. We have a change in state of delivery on the 1 minute also. Again, being patient here, just waiting for price to develop, waiting for my entry time. If it is that price does something before my entry, not before, yeah, does something before my entry time, then it's my job to take a continuation trade. I don't really like continuations, but it is what it is, right? I gotta take what it is that I see, and being very patient with it. second. Delete these. Yeah, trying to be I'm going to be very patient here. To me, this looks like a change in state of delivery. This is clearly the push up, that swept liquidity. Maybe be creating an FEG here. It's out of my time window, so not gonna trade it. But if it is that price does come in here, touts into this FEG, then decides to roll over, I have to be able to take those continuation trades. Yeah, so what I expect, price coming here, and then possibly look to roll over. I don't really use SMT, but I'm just gonna look. Oh God. At ES here to see what it's doing. So ES is at these highs. Let me turn on the midnight. ES did barely wick the highs, and here it tapped into the high. I don't use SMT because it kind of confuses me in terms of which one am I really taking. So yeah, I just like to stick to NQ. I trade totally uncorrelated pairs. That's how I like to do it. And I trade one pair at a time. So we got oil, and then lastly I have gold, which isn't something that I trade all too often, if I'm being honest. Now we're going up now. From here, should be pushing again, in my opinion. Bullish again. Oh yeah, actually right about now we should be looking to go long. Right about now. But yeah, I don't trade gold, so let me not look at that right now. Alright, 1 minute till trading time. It did do what I expected it. Tap into here. Is it rolling over? No. But it did tap into the FEG that I was expecting. I would say if we close above this is now going to be an ISP failure. But still, there's a clarity in the market. That's how I'm looking at it. This is the stacked FEG here. Also, yeah, it does not appear as though price is going to break. Looks like we're going to be going down, which to me is okay. This is also retesting. Funnily enough, this is also retesting the midnight open. So I actually do expect this to go down. This is almost like a break and retest of midnight open. Yeah. Also, a tap into the order block that swept liquidity before running off. Not a trade that I would really take, if I'm being honest with you. There we go. Looks like we want to push. So this would be a propulsion block here also now. Well, not anymore. Yeah, so this will be a propulsion block. I want 2 minute whoops. Like that. If you were to close below it. On this 2 minute. So what I expect price to do is pull, well, close below and then pull back, tap into this right here, like that, and then roll over. Is kind of how I'm expecting price to go, not how I trade though. I don't trade that way. Stops would be up here. Hard stop above this high. Hard. But I don't trade these, so. What we do have now is a really nice inverse, I'll tell you that. You close above there. Woo. That inverse is looking spicy for longs. 5 minutes, you don't have anything. 1 minute. We got something on the 1 and on the 2. Nah. Yeah. Jeez. 1 second. Mute these here. Sorry about that. I was getting a call for work. So yeah, price is kind of doing what I said it would do. Come up, hard stop over this high. We still be in. Not a trade that I've done back testing taking. I have back tested taking, so I didn't want to take it. If I'm being honest. But yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. All this is weak, so all that should be the target. I'm sure someone in my community took it. I'm almost 100% sure, but not not something that I trade. Not something that I trade. Turn this off now. I don't, well, what I don't do is I don't take propulsion blocks. Put it that way. So this being a reaction from here, closest below, that would be considered a propulsion block. But I do take them off order blocks themselves. So the initial, so like this one, for example, would be something I would take it off of, but timing was off on it. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. I mean, honestly, we close above here. I'd probably look for buys. First target should be these equal highs here. Relative equal highs. So really and truly this high. Or whatever the standard deviations tell me. Just this. Let me zoom out a little bit. So standard deviations are telling me this, which probably lines up with the higher one. Yeah. Lines up with the higher one. So we'll see. Just being patient. Waiting it out. Another thing, though, on something that I don't like is all the congestion in this area, man. Jeez. There's a lot of it. A lot of congestion. And I don't really like it. No close. No close above. Damn. If we did close above just now, I would have been in. But we didn't. So. No close above. No trade. We might have closed above on a 1 minute. I'm not sure. No. Still no. But yeah, this midnight opening level is midnight open here is clearly acting as a very strong support and resistance. So yeah. Ooh, now we pushing. Now we pushing. Damn. Jeez. Jeez. Dang, boy. This thing's taking off now. I missed something. It's looking like, well, no. Let me not say I missed something. Yeah, I missed something. And you only see it on the 1 minute, which is this order block. We came above, change the state of delivery, entry off that, and then we would go lower. Ah shit, probably should have just entered there too. Alright. Ooh. Damn. I think this might have been the entry here. So it's a little distracted. To be honest, I still am distracted right now, so I have to make another call. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Yeah, this is looking at this. This is probably the entry here. But let me Busy work day today, guys. Busy work day. But yeah, no internal or external liquidity has been taken as yet. Therefore, it should not be trading. I'm not sure you want to call this liquidity. The liquidity is really at these data lows in here and at these data highs in here. As of right now, we are just trading within a range. We have not taken any form of liquidity from, I'm going to call this internal liquidity if we're being honest. And we definitely haven't taken any 15-minute. Well, we have taken some 15-minute liquidity in here. But nothing is pointing to us going short right now. This looks very indecisive as we don't know where we're going. So that's how I'm looking at it. I need a little bit more information, right? And I'm okay sitting out today until that information presents itself. If I were to guess, though, we're probably going up. But again, it's not very clean. This could be the reaction from taking these internal lows, these internal highs in here. But we haven't taken any form of external liquidity. Preferably, I would like this to get taken, or ultimately this. But as of right now, it's not giving us anything. So trying to be very cautious, trying to be very patient. I also have to keep telling it to myself, be patient, be patient, be patient, because sometimes I get the impulse to just buy, sell, and obviously that is not what we want to do. We want to be very systematic in the way in which we approach things, the way in which we read information, to trade, right? I don't want to assume that something is happening when it's not. I want to trade what I see. See, I want to be able to trade what I see. I want to be able to trade my system to a T. I don't want to compromise on anything. I want to know 100%, yo, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm trading. And just trust it, right? Even with this one right here, I mean, I would have been out by now. But that, to me, to get in this didn't make any sense, right? Stop would have been below the FEG, so something like that in IFEG. But then, yeah, this could have been a good trade. But then you're asking me to get in up here, right? Because price closed up here. I was like, that's a little far. That doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, that's how I'm thinking. The other thing that I'm thinking about is this midnight open. We are clearly consolidating a midnight open, breaking and retesting it constantly. On the 2 minute, on the 3 minute also, if it would load. On the 3 minute also. So yeah, I'm being I'm being very conservative today, especially since there's no news, right? So yeah, that's how I'm thinking. Probably gonna have to get back on the phone in a second here. Because work, gotta do some pricing, doing a little bit of negotiating with suppliers. Okay, there we go. Getting some displacement to the sell side. Honestly, though, as of right now, nothing worth taking. So this could have been a potential little one in here, but that's not. Woo, there you go. Not how I like to trade at all. So now we've taken out the data lows at 9:30 open. All right, and someone's calling me back. fires, outing fires, left, right, and center, boys and girls. You gotta love it. No, I was watching price flow the entire time. Nothing really that I would take. Well, no, I'm capping. I'm so capping because there's this in here. There's this, which would be an ISB failure. The only thing about this ISB failure is that we don't really have anything to take it off of. I mean, you could take it off the point that kind of did it, I guess. That created the failure, but nothing really that I like on a 1 minute. I was primarily on the 2 minute most of the time. Again, on the 2 minute, there's absolutely nothing. So the only thing you could have seen is the 1 minute. Not really interested, if I'm being honest. Not really interested. So, no trade as of right now. We'll see how things develop, but yeah, no trade as of right now. I'm not sure if anyone took it. As I was saying earlier, us come lower. Well, I was saying two things. We swept liquidity here. We probably want to go lower into this, which looks like what we're doing. But no entry on those lower time frames as of yet. Except that 1 minute, which is this ISP pushing higher, fails. I mean, you can enter off the order block. Stop up here, but yeah, probably would have been the only trade in here, which would be this one. Cover that order block, and then target these first lows, which is what looks like it's being tapped right now. Boom. So yeah, that would have been the first trade. That would have been a banger too. 4.3R. But yeah, not really looking at that one. Distracted today, to be quite honest with you. Distracted. But yeah, let's see what happens once we get into this area. If we get into it by 10 o'clock, you know, might be able to do something. So now we do have some form of liquidity that was taken, right? This is lows at, now these are London lows. Do I want to catch a falling knife? That's the question. I'd rather not, but I also understand where it is we want to go from a higher time frame perspective. Come down to ultimately go up. Are we? We might actually be just at that 50% of this wick here. Let's look at this in terms of, yeah, we're just at that 50% of that wick. I'm trying to always, you always gotta stick with your higher time frame bias, which is took these equals, gotta look for shorts. Medium time frame bias is what pays the bills. So this being medium time frame here, these equals, I should have been looking for shorts whole time. But I did, at some point in here, look for longs. Where did I look for longs at? Here, I think it was, yeah. And once we did that, I was looking for longs. But that's completely incorrect. Especially knowing that my 15-minute liquidity was taken at 9:30. Yep. So, didn't follow my rules 100% right there, but in this particular instance, it turned out to be okay. So I didn't get burned. So if I'm looking at this, this is the high, this is the low. Where are my two standard deviations? Right, so this is the two standard devs that we should be coming into. To be honest, if I saw it playing around like this, I just close it. There it goes. Pushing lower. Do we actually tap it? Did we just tap it? No. Still a little short. Oh, wait, well, this actually needs to come down a little bit. Like that. Yeah, still, ooh. Really close, really close, really close. But no, we haven't tapped it yet. But yeah, I just close it at that point. Believe it or not, I kind of feeling like we may want to go up from here. Kind of feeling like we want to go up from here. These are London lows that just got smacked. We'll have to see, but little distracted. Ooh, good push. What a push, huh? What a push that was. Ooh, close. Close to that 4-hour target, which was the original idea. It's funny how that works, huh? But yeah, I was on the 1 minute today, so boom. Wasn't on the 1 minute today. Yeah, this thing's really flying. This thing really flying. What I'm noticing more often than not is that my original bias, especially from doing these recordings, so my initial bias has been correct every day. I haven't got my initial bias incorrect, which my initial bias was we came into these equal highs on the hour like this. Swept the equal highs, reacting to the midnight open. That we were gonna go out, sell off. So I'm not upset about it. What I am is a little, not a little. I want to understand why it is that I started looking differently. And I think I started looking differently because I was just sitting on the 2 minute. Or was it 1 minute? Whatever it was. 2 minute. Just kind of waiting for something else to happen. And nothing else needed to happen. It's just a matter of how does it develop for us to get in short. Now that we have taken it, now that we do have that manipulation range. And I think I changed my bias too prematurely. I changed my bias when this candle started getting put in. Just because we broke this inverse FEG. However, this is the manipulation candle. This entire thing here is a manipulation candle. So, with that manipulation candle, excuse me, with that manipulation candle, as long as we don't break above it, I mean, we can still wick above it. We just can't break above it. So, looking back, I can see where I made my mistakes today, but no money lost. So is it really a mistake? But yeah, clearly this is a tank off. Clearly we're done for the day. I would not buy this up. Why are you catching a falling knife, right? Let the thing run. On the 1 minute, there's really the only entry there on. There's only. Let me turn this off. I think that was a little distracting too, to be honest. We have this FEG in here. We have this ISP. ISP pushes up far enough, fails to break the high. Come through. What we did not get is displacement. I will say that. But we did come through. And I mean, you could have entered here. However, for me, no displacement, no trade. So I don't think I would have taken this particular trade actually. Yeah, I don't think some people might have taken this, but personally, I would not have. No displacement, no trade. So what am I doing, right? What I would have taken, or probably should have looked back at taking. I think I was actually on the phone here. Was taking off the breaker, right? This is very clearly the breaker. What do we break? All these equals in here. Well, not equals, but trendline liquidity. Actually, we didn't break that either, but taking it off the body, break below the body, touch it, cover the high, not cover the high, sorry, cover the breaker. This should be a breakaway gap. You do not want to see price really come back up in here, and that could have been another trade. But yeah, I was on the phone here too. Ooh, we are pushing much lower. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the recording for the day. Back to work I go. So yeah, guys, cool little session.